Right, hi everyone. I'm sorry it's been a while. I've had a lot going on. There has been a video that I have made, but I can't currently release due to some potential legal constraints. It's not what you think. When it's released, you'll understand, but at the moment, I've just got to bide my time before I make it public. Now, anyway, updates. I've taken a full-time position. My business is growing, but not at the speed I'd want. It's a lot harder up north. That's all I can say. So I've taken a full-time job for a national company. It's quite a prestigious position. I'm quite proud to be doing what I'm doing. But again, as you know, I need to be careful as to the information I let out. So the update I wanted to give you today, those of you that have followed me for a while, you'll know that I mentioned in a video there was a guy that was a former Royal Marine, came onto the streets, and as far as my resources could go, I did what I could for him. And for the homeless teams and things that, you know, would come and wake you up at 4 a.m, which is fucking brilliant, I said to them, you need to put this guy before any of us. This guy can't be on the streets. This guy's dangerous. Not in a malicious way, but if the wrong person said the wrong thing to him, he was more than capable of doing them some serious damage. So, you know, I made it very clear that this is someone you can't be leaving on the streets. This really isn't. It's like if I get into a row with someone, like I might have an argument, I might shout and scream a bit, whatever, yeah. If this bloke gets into a row with someone, there's every possibility he'll probably kill him. Now, I'm not going to mention his name because I respect his privacy, and there's other circumstances that surround why he deserves his privacy. Now, when I met him, again, if you've seen my old videos, you realize from his tattoos and things, I could tell straight off he was a Royal Marine. Massive respect for that. You know, that is the best of the best. I don't care what anyone says, that really is, yeah. That is not someone you want to tangle with. And from speaking to him, I could tell that he was beyond being a Royal Marine, and he was what some people might refer to as an operator. Now, if you don't know what that means, I suggest you learn what that means, yeah, but it was apparent to me that he was beyond that level. He'd fallen on some hard times, and he was clearly struggling with some very severe PTSD. Now, he did confine me, like, why, which again is not my place to say. But yeah, he was suffering some very serious PTSD, fallen on some bad times, found himself in a very bad position, and I just thought to myself, like, this guy can't be on the streets, this guy's dangerous. You know, this guy could end up killing someone. Simple as that, like, you know, click of a finger, this guy could just kill someone. And I did what I could to help him. You know what I mean? As far as my resources stretched, I could give him a tent somewhere, I could get him out of the way, and I could liaise with services to try and get this guy into a safe and more stable environment, because I thought to myself, this is more important than me. You know what I mean? This guy's put his effort in for our country, which, well, you know, whatever your opinion on that is, I don't care. But this guy has done that, and, you know, he deserves a little bit of respect and a little bit of help for that, which I personally think comes before my needs. So like I say, I did what I did. I did what I could. And it's been a while, but I found him on Facebook. And, like, you know, we've added as friends, we've been chatting. And this is a brilliant thing to hear. This really is. That he's in a far better place now. And the best thing that I could hear from him was that he recognises his mental health issues. You know what I mean? He's not reacting on them. He's not trying to suppress them. He recognises them. And that is an amazing thing to hear, because he can address that he's got an issue, and that could be worked with, you know what I mean? That makes him less of a danger to the public. Which I'm not saying he's a bad person. Don't take that impression at all that he's a bad person, because he really isn't. Like I say, the difference is, if the wrong person says something to me, I might shout and scream. If the wrong person says something to him, he is more than capable of killing them. Yeah, and I don't say that lightheartedly. I really don't. Yeah, from the impression I got of this guy, he could well and truly look after himself. And when you're on the streets, you will get these idiots that think for a laugh they'll try and do whatever to this person that's on the streets. If they tried that with him, even if there was 3 or 4 of them, they'd end up in hospital. Got that impression straight away from this guy. And like I say, I could tell straight off by his tattoos that he was a Royal Marine. And then from talking to him, I could tell that he was beyond that stage of being a Royal Marine. You know, he was in what you would call special forces. He was an operator. It's shameful to see how someone to be at that level could end up in that position. I think there should be so many more safeguards to stop that happening, because like I say, that guy is dangerous. And that's not his fault. That's because of what he's been trained to be. That's what he's been conditioned to be. So you can't blame that on him. You know what I mean? There needs to be more help for people like that. But like I say, it's fantastic where I found him. He's safe. And you know, like I say, he recognises those problems. And that's an amazing thing to hear. That really is. That gives me some faith in society again, that there are people out there that can recognise that there are people who need help, and they will prioritise those that need help the most. You know, he deserves help before me. Straight away, he needs help before me. You know, he's done things for our country, whether you agree with that or not, but he has. And he deserves that help a long time before I deserved that help. And he got that help. It was hard, but he got that help. And it's a privilege to know this guy. It really is. And I wish him all the best. I really do. I'm not going to mention his name. I'm not going to tell anything about his backstory, because that is not my place to say. That really isn't. And he deserves his anonymity because of who he is and because of what he is. But yeah, to know he's safe and to know that he's recognised those problems is, yeah, that's an amazing thing to hear. Like I say, I'm in a good position. I'm working for a nationwide company. It's hard work. That's why you haven't heard from me really. And I'm just trying to do what I can to build my own business. So essentially I can do half the work and earn twice the money. But until that time comes, I've got to put the hours in, and you know, that's just how it is. I'm in my 6th month in this flat. I'm about to pay for another 6 months to guarantee me a year in this flat, and I never thought that would happen. I really didn't. This is my home. I never thought I could say that somewhere would be my home, would be mine. But this is mine. I know it's not mine, but at the same time it is mine, because you know, my landlord, long and short of it is, he's a private landlord, and I just said, look, I'll just give you some money, I don't want questions. And he took the money, and that's all I wanted. I don't want questions. I don't want a digital footprint. I just want to take the money, give me the keys. And he did that. Now, I'm sure there are ways people could find out where I live or whatever. I don't care. I really don't. You know what I mean? I've got nothing to hide. You bring what you want to my doorstep, it ain't going to cause me any problems. It really isn't. I've got a lot of safeguards in front of me, and nothing is going to cause me an issue. Again, I'm sorry to sound like that, but that's just for all those people that try and cause me crap. But yeah, I'm in a really good place. I really am. Things look positive, like really positive. I didn't think I'd ever be in this position again. I really didn't. And to know that on my journey I've done what I can to be able to help people that deserve that help, that really makes me be able to sleep at night, I'll be honest with you. It really does. like I say, there is a video that I have uploaded, but I can't release at the minute, and I can't really talk about it until the time is right. But it's a bit of a shocker, really is. But it is what it is. I can't unring the bell as to what it's done. All I can do is try and, create less of a fallout as to what it has done. It will, like I say, it will be uploaded. Like I say, it's been made. I'm just waiting for the go ahead as to when I can upload it. But I'm sorry it's been a while. And, the people that have been concerned, I really appreciate that, I really do. To know that you still think about me means massive amounts to me, it really does, because sometimes I feel isolated and sometimes I feel alone. And then I see that you're wondering if I'm okay, and that means so much to me. It really does. Well, anyway, it was only a quick one today. Just so let you know where I'm at, and just to give you some news, and let you know that Blast Wave, or Bruce, hi, he's okay, still shitting wherever he wants. But yeah, big love everyone, we'll chat soon, alright? Bye.